If you need a favor from the Trump administration, all you gotta do apparently is call up DHS and they will have your back, even if that means deporting your ex-girlfriend. Or just ask Paolo Zampolli, this former modeling agent who goes way, way back with Donald Trump. Or because the way the story goes is he introduced the future president to Melania at a party in 1998 at the Kit Kat Club, he got her a visa and attended their wedding, right, with him quickly bonding with Trump over what he called their common interest. Beautiful things. Oh, and I should also mention that another thing they have in common is they are both in the Epstein files. Right, Zampolli and Epstein, they once discussed buying a modeling agency together, and in fact, Zampoli's own wife came to the United States aboard Epstein's plane as a 17-year-old Brazilian model. Her name was Amanda Ungaro, and she'd have a romantic relationship with the then 32-year-old Zampolli for the next 2 decades. And so in the meantime, they kept close with the Trumps, attending Mar-a-Lago parties, with Zampolli working for Donald Trump and real estate, joining the board of the Kennedy Center during Trump's first term, and becoming the special representative for global partnerships during his second term. Reportedly, Melania would even send birthday wishes and presents to the couple's son, who's about to become a very important character for this story. Right, because by 2023, Ungaro was reportedly fed up with Zampoli's parties full of young women and his lewd texts with an apparent sex worker. So she dumped him, she moved to Florida, she married another guy, and her son came to live with her, sparking a custody battle. But then last June, Ungaro and her husband were arrested on charges of fraud, practicing medicine without a license, and other crimes related to their business, which was a medical spa. Now, the husband ended up getting out on bond because he had a green card, but Ungaro, her visa expired in 2019, with her telling the New York Times that she had been led on for years by Zampolli, who repeatedly promised her marriage and citizenship, and then he reneged. And so according to the Times, he saw an opportunity here to win his custody battle, and he pounced. First, reportedly seeking help from Corey Lewandowski, right, the top aide to Kristi Noem at DHS, and that's all he is to her. And how dare anyone insinuate otherwise, but they got no response. But then he called up David Venturella, a top ICE official, and he reportedly explained that his ex-girlfriend was here illegally and detaining her could help him get his son back. And Venturella apparently bit, reportedly calling the agency's Miami office to make sure that agents picked up Ungaro from jail before she was bailed out, or with him reportedly noting that the case was important to someone close to the White House. And just like that, Ungaro was taken into custody and deported. Now, both DHS and Zampolli, they deny that she was deported as any sort of favor, and either way, it is possible, if not likely, that she would have been picked up by ICE anyway. But we'll never actually know, and so it's just wild to see yet another example of Trump's law enforcement allegedly being used like a personal problem-solving force, whether it's at airports and blue cities or in favors for friends. Plus, it's reflective of a broader trend in the way that the administration treats parents like Ungaro. But according to ProPublica, Trump started detaining and arresting immigrant parents with U.S. citizen children twice as often as Biden did, with the Fed scooping up the parents of at least 11,000 citizen children over just the first 7 months. And so that means that if they kept up that pace, it'll be roughly double that number by now, so about 22,000 parents, and that's likely an undercount. Also, for whatever reason, they've especially gone after mothers, reportedly deporting about 4 times as many moms of citizen children per day as Biden did. And if you're one of those parents who gets arrested, you're much less likely to be let go than you were before. Because while about 30% of these cases ended in deportation under Biden, under Trump, that number has shot up to almost 60%. And as many experts have noted, that's not because they're the worst of the worst like Trump promised. Right, over half of the fathers and about 3/4 of the moms had no criminal convictions in the United States except for traffic or immigration-related offenses. With the polling showing that, more and more people are asking things like, why are these people being forcibly separated from their kids for what, a speeding ticket? But also, none of these numbers should be too surprising. We know that immigration agents have been pressured to get those arrest numbers up as high as possible. And in fact, Trump's people even changed the name of the document containing guidelines for how to handle parents from the Parental Interest Directive to the Detained Parents Directive. And they also removed the word humane from its preamble on how to handle immigrant parents.